Lambeau Field, home to the Texas A&M Aggies, the Corps Cadets, the world-famous 12th man, Lady Reveille, and early indications, a whole throng of Aggies ready to make some noise. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They want to run it left here. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction Boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you've seen the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line, paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
They're getting this guy lathered up. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Snowed under by the defense.
The defense is going to have a plan. They're going to need linebackers replacing these defensive ends that are crashing down because this quarterback is dynamic. And on these zone read type plays, he's going to get downfield and downfield quickly like he did on that last play.
Will they keep it on the ground again here on 3rd down? Just going to keep it after the snap. How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass?
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner. Just exhausting.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
You've got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on 4th down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line, guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
Using his feet to buy time. He'll let one go down the right side. Pulls it in inside the 10. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. They want to run this quarterback. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! That kind of speed behind center is a weapon that almost any defense will have trouble stopping.
No doubt about it, Reese. They need this guy to carry the ball at least 15 times a game because of that speed you just talked about. You just saw what this guy can do out in the open field. There's not a lot of running backs out there that have speed like he does. Man, what a weapon.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Gets it all the way out to the 33 before he stops. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Looking to move it through the air. He's going to throw deep right side. And that one's going to be batted away incomplete, and we have played one.
Georgia 7, Texas A&M 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Motion from the offense. Out of the gun, they give to the back. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Going to try to get it himself. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
It's so frustrating on the defense. I mean, you got great initial coverage. You understand 3rd and short. The ball might come out fast, and then what does the quarterback do? Scrambles around, buys time, gets the first down pretty easily. Now you got a new fresh set of downs, a new fresh set of problems.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They're testing the right side here. They knock him down right there.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie.
And what did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Louisiana Tech is showing little remorse for its opponent today. Feels like ever since they arrived at the stadium, that Bulldogs offense has been a buzzsaw. They're up 14 over Liberty. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Breaks the tackle. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run. And then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. You used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense in their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. To the ground with the back. At the 35, he's loose. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. Might as well give it to him again. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the tailback. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Daniels. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Well, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. He'll keep it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called out one time in that loss last week. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. teed up to start this second half. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see it. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Of 2. Second down coming up.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
42 Spider.
Caught behind the line. It's Jones. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. The ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. Splits the uprights. It's good. And it's a deadlock here in the 3rd quarter after the field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Colorado State is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Cam the Ram isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Texas Tech. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a 1st down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The expressway is wide open. He stepped out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The jet sweep pass. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Quick strike complete. Makes the catch and knocked down. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back. Man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and can pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Georgia lining up to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Slips through the line. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Got some room to run. He's inside the 40. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open green, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
Oh, ball's out! And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? A 3rd and long coming up here. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Got room on the return. The 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Bulldogs. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
That makes the score Georgia 17, Texas A&M 10.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Six-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Moving out of the pocket. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He gets a block. Ripping through the defense. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Georgia! That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. The kickoff team is out there after that last punt return for a touchdown. Let's see if we get another big special teams play. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And
He'll off one deep down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Looking to go up top on first down. Scrambling away. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. He's going to run it. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Now on the move. And the Aggies get enough for the 1st down. This offense doing business in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down. One final play before the end of the quarter. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And the extra point is good as they close to within a touchdown, 24-17.
24, Texas A&M, 17.
Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the returner will be knocked down.
Georgia offense will take over. First and 10.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. He wants to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
They go to the ground. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Give to the running back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
A designed run for the quarterback. Across the 15. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Yeah, just stay aggressive if you're on offense, right? You're now into the opponent's territory. It's fourth down. Dial up your best fourth down play. Keep this drive going.
And the Dogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Third down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. They'll go to the ground. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Western Kentucky is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These toppers have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Boise State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. He's looking for a man on second down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football, getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run.
Going to take a shot at this DB. Grabs it inside the 10, and he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Dogs! That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense. Defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer.
Can anyone catch him? He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
It's complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Unloads it left. Makes the grab. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. He just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They keep attacking through the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him, and they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack here late.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner, right? What side are we ordering?